Hey everyone, welcome to another live stream. Like I said in our last, on our first one of the year, I said, you know what, I don't have any New Year's resolution. And then I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna get one. So my New Year's resolution is to do more live streams this year. So this is the second one of the year. So we're doing well. So
Doing
yeah,
good.
we're doing really well with my New Year's resolution. So in a few days it's gonna be February. So it's still strong. And I want to welcome my buddy Blacktastic from Blacktastic Media. He's been here before. We have done some collabs. Actually, we did several collabs on live streams and also on Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Which, by the way, guys, this is uh, our first live stream. That is Alfred Hitchcock edition. So, how you doing, Blacktastic?
Man, life is good, man. I have no complaints. So far, 2024 has been good to me. I think it's going to be a great year. And what better way to start it off than hanging out with the homie and talking some Alfred Hitchcock Presents, man. I actually love this. This is great.
Oh yeah. Thank you. We if you guys have been following my channel, you guys know that I love like black and white and classic TV is all black and white. And Blacktastic, it happened that he also is a big fan of black and white. So we have that in common. And when I had Blacktastic before, we did episode 7. Okay, so the last episode that we did about Alfred Hitchcock Presents season 1, I had Blacktastic with me, but so far, all of the Alfred Hitchcock Presents videos that I've been doing have been recorded. Okay, it hasn't. None of them have been live. And then I told Blacktastic before in one of our live streams. I told him, you know what, I would like to do one of these episodes doing it live because for a few reasons. One of the main reasons is because the first season it has 39 episodes. So if I do one every month, it's gonna take forever. And I was just checking, guys. I was just checking like a few minutes ago. I went back on my playlist for Alfred Hitchcock Presents season 1, and the first episode that I did was 3 years ago.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and
Wise.
3 years ago I did the first episode, episode 7, which is the last one that Blacktastic and I did. I didn't look on YouTube how long ago that was, but it's been at least 1 year, right? At least.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a little while. But then sometime last year we were doing a live stream, and I told Blacktastic, you know what? I would like to do more live streams, and one of the reasons would be to do some discussion of um, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, the first season, and just discuss like more than one episode. That way we can do more than one and finish. Not that I'm on a hurry, but like I told you, there is 39 episodes in one season. And if you guys don't know, there are 7 seasons. And each season has over 30 episodes. so, so we're talking like 40 years or something here of content.
Yeah. TV making was different back in the day. A lot more episodes and a
Mhm.
lot longer. Same season, but just a lot more episodes within the season, unlike TV nowadays. So totally different.
Yeah, and I like that. There's a lot of content, and I don't know if, yeah, like you said, it's a different time. You guys might remember, or this one came out in 1955, way beyond, way before our time,
Yeah.
1955. So that was the first season, and I think, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I remember when I was doing a little bit of research a few years ago for my first episode. I think the Twilight Zone came out a little after, a few years after, I want to say, because it's kind of, I think this Alfred Hitchcock influenced some of the Twilight Zones. I want to say, I could be wrong. I want to say 1960 when the Twilight Zone came out,
Hmm.
or maybe 2 years after 1955. I do know for sure that this one came out first. The
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock Presents came out first. So yeah, 1955. So yeah, it's a great, it's classic television, and the running time of each episode is like 20 between 23 to 25 minutes, which is that's not non-commercials, which is really nice, and how they only had 25 minutes, 23 to 25 minutes to tell a complete story, and that has to be difficult, dude. It has to be difficult.
You got to have a good showrunner and good writers, because normally each episode got two commercials, and like I said, you had about 20 minutes of actual footage. So you have to do an act 1, 2, and 3 within 26 minutes. So you break it down, that's pretty much like 21 or like 11 minutes per stage of the show. Act is like 11 minutes. So not even that, like 7 minutes, because 7 times 3 is 21. So I'm gonna say you had about 8 minutes for each act to be told in its entirety, for everything to be cohesive and works. Man, that's brilliant writing, and a great guy running the showrunner.
Mm-hmm. And for those of you, anybody here for the first time, and if you don't know, Blacktastic, he's a writer and director, so he knows what he's talking about. He knows how hard it is to write and direct.
Yeah.
And be on the lookout. You want to tell us about the lookout?
Yeah, I dropped official trailer yesterday.
Uh-huh.
About 24 hours. It's doing well on YouTube. People are responding to it. This is something that it kind of just popped into my head. I took a picture back in early December as an art project. Took a picture of me looking through a window with the caption "The Lookout," and I have a very unique story. Growing up in Compton with my older brothers, that I actually had to do that for my brothers. And I said, I'm gonna tell a story based on true events. Write a script. I wrote the script in one weekend and sent it out to everybody. I assembled the cast in about 3 weeks, and I started shooting, and I'm probably about 70% done. So it's moving fast, but it's a heist film. It has a really nice pace to it. The music is a driving force. The music is actually a character in this movie. And it's a heist film that takes place in modern day America here in California. So it's up to date. So you classic people, you have your intel guy, you have your guy who's like the mechanic or the muscle, then you have your driver, and then you have your love interest. And myself, I play the lookout. I'm the one that looks out to make sure everything's cohesive as they're inside heisting the place. I gotta look out for cops, security guards, make sure the cameras are turned off. So that's the job of the lookout, is to make sure everything is going smooth. And when anything happens or something comes into your view that doesn't look right, you let the guys know what you're doing. We got to get out of here. So that's the basic premise of it. It comes out May 9th. My first time dropping a summer film, so that'll be fun. But
sweet.
I'm telling you, man, the cast is great. The music's incredible. The set pieces are beautiful, shot in classic black and white, as you know, like I do. And I had a couple of people view it already, as far as, and they're comparing the style to like Michael Mann. I'm like, wow. They said, dude, this movie is beautiful, because it's got to be done at night, and it can be a problem. So I was very, very, let's say, experimental in using lighting in this movie, but it worked to perfection. And I think my fans and people who are getting to know my style of directing, you won't see this coming, man. This is something totally different. I'm going from one genre to another, but it's coming together real nice, real nice.
Great. So looking forward to watch it. And everyone, I want to have Blacktastic's channel, all of his details down in the video description below, so you can click there and go and visit and subscribe to his channel. Now, this past Halloween, he did. Was this your third movie?
Oh,
what I've done.
Technically, my fifth movie.
Oh, the fifth.
I think I did 2 werewolf movies. Then I did. Yeah, it's the 5th movie I've done.
Okay.
And it was called I've Done It Again, which is the sequel to What Have I Done, the werewolf series.
Yeah. The what I have done was 2 Halloweens ago.
Right.
and then I've done it again was this one, the one
Yes.
this past Halloween. And you're thinking about a trilogy, right? That's the last thing I heard.
Yeah. I came up with a concept. I like it. I've already started filming. I'm filming 2 movies at the same time.
Okay.
The third to end the trilogy for the Dunn. I call it the Dunn trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going well, and people were asking for it. Dude, you got to do one more of these. Come on, man. You can't like just leave us hanging like. And it took me a while to think about it. I'm like, man, I need to. I can't just do it for the sake of doing it. I got to have a good premise and a good script. Well, the script is good. The premise is good. Have a really, really, really strong message in this last one.
Mm-hmm.
Everything goes well. I should be done filming principal photography for The Lookout in February. Then I'm gonna take a break, start working on the third movie for the Werewolf series. Then I got 2 scenes to shoot for The Lookout to finish it. It would be in early April, and I'm shooting that in Dallas, Texas. But other than
Oh, nice.
that, before that. So I'm going back and forth, different sets, filming at the same time, trying to get both movies out this same year.
Okay, so the Lookout, so you're gonna shoot it, or you're shooting California and then Texas.
Yes, that
And,
film. And also, it's going to be shot in Troy, Michigan, as
oh,
well. It's it's a tough schedule, but it's going smooth. So I think everything ran perfectly.
is that close to where Q lives or no?
That's exactly where Q lives.
Oh, all I know is that he's in Michigan, but I didn't know where. Okay, okay.
That's exactly where Q lives. So yeah, shooting where Q lives.
All
Absolutely.
right. So that one, the Lookout, we should be expecting it summer.
May May 9th is the release date. May 9th.
And the trilogy for or the third installment of the I've done it. That will be what, Halloween probably, or
Halloween again.
all right. Are you gonna go back to New York, or you don't know yet for the third one?
I know, but I'm keeping it a secret.
Okay. All right. All right. Nothing wrong with that.
Troy, Michigan. So you put 2 and 2 together. Well, promotion started for The Lookout, so you'll see posters dropping. Like I said, the official trailer dropped yesterday. I did a teaser like 3 weeks ago that did really well, but now that the whole cast is together, I've taken promo shots of all the characters. So each week, starting this week, you'll see a major characters poster being released on Instagram and also X, which is formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah.
Also on my YouTube channel and my community page, a major poster will drop from the movie, getting to know the team members of the heist.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Okay, I was gonna ask you something, but I know you want to keep it on the wrap. So it was about Ghost.
Oh, what about Ghost? That's not nothing bad there. No secrets.
Is it gonna be in the movie?
The heist film?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, no?
I have a Mustang for this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, driver of this film is a Mustang fanatic, so I have a really nice Mustang to do the driving in this movie. Matter of fact, oh no, that was a different Mustang in Speed Racer 2. This is a newer Mustang.
Okay.
So I got a good driver, hot car. So yeah, I know you're a muscle car fanatic like myself, but yeah, I got a really nice Mustang for The Lookout.
Which I'm gonna remind you, and I'm gonna let everybody know. Like, if I ever go to California, you said you're gonna let me drive Ghost.
Here's a key. Here you go, man. Absolutely, man.
Oh, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, but we'll be back in the third Werewolf movie, so it'll be in that. But this one, I want to switch it up and go with my rival, either a Dodge guy or a Ford guy, right? So hey, let Ford have a chance. I beat the Ford Mustang in Speed Racer 2, so I got to be nice this time around.
Yeah. Oh, Mike, he says, I'm hyped for The Lookout. Hey, Mike, how are you, man?
What's happening? What's happening? Yes. The Lookout. guys, you know, you grow as an artist. You get better, whether
Mhm.
you're a YouTuber, a writer, director. You grow as you do more of a body of work.
Mhm.
This, the stuff that I'm pulling off with the camera is incredible. And like
Sweet.
soundtrack, dude, it drives the movie. And
Uh-huh.
who did heist film? You know, I love The Italian Job. I love Inside Man by Spike Lee. Some of my favorite genre of movies. And I have a unique story to tell because growing up in Compton, I've seen a lot of boosting in
Mhm.
my own family. So I know what happens in a heist. So
Yeah.
based on
Awesome.
events that happened in my life, and I'm also telling another fictional story altogether. But man, this movie is hot.
Mhm.
It's hot. You guys are going to enjoy it.
Awesome. Yeah, you're looking forward to check it out. Is The Lookout your first non thriller, non scary movie? It is, right or not?
First, if you want to count the Speed Racer ones, they're like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
True.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so those are different. But
Okay. Okay. No. So this
don't
is
include,
the second one.
yeah, if you include Speed Racer, this will be my third out of the genre of doing horror. And man, you know, like I said earlier, as an artist, sometimes you get tagline of what you should do: horror, horror, horror. But in my last video that I talked about director's talk, Christopher Nolan did 3 Batman movies in a row. But in between those movies, he did another film to kind of break it up, to kind of break up the monotony, because you get, you know, like George Lucas did 3 Star Wars movies in a row,
Mhm.
and it suffers. You suffer from doing the same thing over and over and over. Like Lords of the Rings, you're living that trilogy for about 5 to 6 years, and that's all you know.
Mhm.
But don't take breaks in between. It could have hurt one of the sequels in the film. So, and I feel fresh by me doing something different. I mean, I'm excited for the third Werewolf movie, but
Yeah.
man, I am rejuvenated. I'm excited for this film to tell tell something different, and to bring a whole nother style, um, that's stylistic to this film. And it's it's going to be pretty incredible. That's all I
Yeah.
can say. It's
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, going really quick, just going back to the Speed Racer.
Yeah.
That short film, I really like those shots that you got, like going fast and all that.
Oh yeah, that was fun. You know, you speed up the camera. You know, do
Yeah.
things. I grew up on Speed Racer. It's a dream come true to drive the Mach 5. Well, I got a Dodge Charger. I can't get a Mach 5.
Hmm.
And part one, but part two was actually a race against a Mustang. And so that was kind of fun.
Hmm.
But you know, I'm a Dodge guy. I do like Mustangs too. So Mustangs will be the star
Uh-huh.
of the Lookout.
All
The
right.
Dodge Charger is gonna take a break.
That's great, man. Yeah. So it'll be May. Yeah, yeah. Summer should be gonna be
Man,
here before you know it.
now you'll be watching it. It'll be out. It's gonna come by fast. And May is right before summer. You know, I'm trying to get that since what's that? Since Marvel's having an off year, I'm gonna slide into one of those Marvel spots for the first week of May.
Make up May. Yeah, yeah. Marvel is just doing one this year. Yeah.
So July. So May is wide open. Normally Marvel kills it in May. So I'm gonna slide in there and do a summer release with an upbeat, fun film and like original characters, just really cool stuff, man. Like I said, the marketing has started. So when you see these posters dropping, you're gonna be like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah, Marvel taking a break, which is fine with me, dude, because I rather quality, dude, than quantity.
Yes, yes, it's important, man. You know, because you can overwork yourself, and then if you're not into the project, it shows up on film. You can tell when the director heart is not in the film. You can tell it was either a paycheck, or he was a work for hire, or she was a work for hire. And I don't want to be that kind of person. I want you to be looking at my film and go, "Yep, that's that black tastic signature there. Oh, that's nice. That's fresh. That's new, inventive." And this movie has all of that, man. You're gonna be pretty blown away, man, by the cast, the atmosphere, and like I said, the music, man. The music, the trailer I dropped yesterday, the beat alone, there's no dialogue at all in the trailer, just
Just
image and some dialogue far as written on the screen, but the music is like that through the whole film. it's just boom, 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 boom. So be ready to rock out and have a good time.
So everybody, so now you guys, now you know. So again, I want to put Blacktastic's channel down in the video description below. So you go and click there and visit his channel, subscribe to his channel, and check out those movies. All of his movies are available right here on
Yeah,
YouTube. So so yeah, so going back, I think we can now start. Not that we are rushing, but you know, it's
yeah.
it's uh, it's about to. We're gonna start with the first season of Alfred Hitchcock's Present, an anthology classic TV show from the 1950s. Well, came out in 1955.
Mhm.
Yeah, Blacktastic. Hitchcock is one of his favorite directors, alongside Spike Lee. I know that. I don't know who else. I only know those two that you love, but there
Like,
has to be more.
I also love, well, of course, Steven Spielberg is up there. But far as personal people, my number one director of all time is Spike Lee.
Hmm.
Um, Alfred Hitchcock is up there too because he did
Hmm.
he did TV and he did film, and
Yeah.
that's pretty rare to do that. And he's so innovative, so he's up there in my top five or top three.
Hmm.
Um, who else? Antoine Fuqua, one of
Oh
my
yeah, yeah.
top.
So the
He's probably
Equalizer. Equalizer. He did the Equalizers.
he did all three Equalizers. He
Yeah.
did Train Day,
Oh,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
Seven. He's done a lot of great film, and
Mhm.
right now he's doing a Michael Jackson biopic. So
Oh yeah, he's that one director. I forgot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. True.
yeah,
Which
man.
I
It's
never thought they were gonna go for it, and I guess they did.
well, he got his nephew to play him in the film, so he looks just like Michael. It's his blood,
Hmm.
so it feels organically like it's the right choice to make.
Okay.
He looks like Michael. He looks like Michael. He's playing his uncle in the film, but that's got to be an honor to
Yeah.
do that. Yeah, Antoine Fuqua, I love that guy. His
Hmm.
his film and frame selection for his movies are fantastic. Of course, Jordan Peele is probably my newest favorite director. I love
Yeah.
Jordan, and Robert Rodriguez, top,
Oh yeah, yeah.
top. Love that.
It's
Robert
a
Rodriguez. He
very good one.
scores his own films. He plays the guitar. Love Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, yeah. Hitchcock and Rodriguez. Yeah, Antoine Fuqua. Also, yeah, yeah, I like a lot of them. So yeah, so Hitchcock. I am kind of new to Hitchcock, even though I grew up watching not the Alfred Hitchcock Presents. I think it was reruns of perhaps the Alfred Hitchcock Hour.
Oh, I remember that.
I think that because it was in the 80s when I found it. So it was years before. I think maybe he was still alive. I think he died. Hitchcock died
He,
what, late 80s, I think.
yeah, he died right before Psycho 2 came out. Remember, he didn't do Psycho 2. I think
I
he
never seen that one.
came out. He said, I don't want to see this shit. Oh,
I never seen Psycho 2. And then I know they also rebooted the Psycho one in the late 90s or something, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Psycho 2 is really, really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
a great sequel. Now, the other ones, not so much, but Psycho 2 doesn't get enough recognition. It's a very fine film.
Hmm.
Um, Probably like you in the summertime when we're home alone. I was a latchkey kid. So in the summertime, I watched TV all day. So
Yeah.
cartoons in the morning. Then right around noon, all the black and white shows came on. I Love Lucy,
Oh, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
My Three Sons, Lost in Space. And Alfred Hitchcock came on back to back for a whole hour. Then you had The Twilight Zone. So I grew up on all that great old
Classic.
school black and white cinema.
Hmm.
It was in my life every day. And that's why I'm just enamored and in love with classic Hollywood and classic TV.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think it was I Love Lucy. That one I didn't watch it until maybe a few years ago. I just started watching it.
Yeah.
It's on Paramount Plus now.
Yes.
Yeah, but I never heard about I Love Lucy until until late early 2000s when I met my wife, because her mom, who is now my mother-in-law, he said that we were gonna be Ricky and
Ricardo, and
Yeah.
Paul. Yeah, man, Ricky was a bad dude. He was probably the first Hispanic on TV that was smooth, debonair.
Mm,
He could have been James Bond. So yeah, man. Hey,
yeah. So that's
like
how I heard, because she told me about the show, because she's like, oh, you remind me, Ricky, what's his last name?
Ricky
Ricky
Ricardo.
Ricardo. Ricky Ricardo. I'm like, who? And then she told me about the show, but I didn't get to watch the show until, like I said, maybe like last year or whatever. I'm currently watching it. I'm on the first
Oh,
season, and it's a funny show, dude. It's a funny
dude.
show.
And he was married in real life,
Hmm.
but a power couple in Hollywood way back before that even was a thought of. And been married to a Latino guy. That was huge back then. And they had money, they had power, and they were a power couple, man. And they played out their life on TV every week. I mean, he was in a mariachi band. He can play and Lucy. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah,
Dude
yeah,
was the smoothest. You know, I told myself, if I die and come back as a Mexican, I want to be either Antonio Banderas or Ricky Ricardo, man. Them some two brothers right there. I love those brown men. The smooth.
that's funny. Mike says Psycho 2 is great.
You got
Yeah, yeah.
he's not wrong.
You
It's
know,
a great sequel. And you would think Alfred Hitchcock directed it. It's that good.
hmm.
It's
Oh
really
wow. Yeah,
it's
I haven't seen it, and actually, I'm surprised that Mike has seen it.
and
Mike,
see,
if you're still here, Mike, I'm surprised you have seen it. Okay, Mike says, sorry, I'm not joining you guys live. Yeah, yeah. Mike, anybody watching, I also invited Mike, and he couldn't make it. My partner is sleeping next to my room, and there's no soundproofing, so I don't wanna wake her. Yeah, good man.
yeah,
You know, wake her up. Yeah, but Mike, you're welcome to join. Anytime. And like I said before, I'm gonna do more of this. So next time, brother. Thank you. And so yeah, everybody. So this season 1 of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Well, all of the seasons are available on Peacock. Um, I think last year they were available even on the free Peacock, but now I just realized it's not. It's only on the one that you pay for.
yeah.
But
It's
if you
funny. These old shows are making a return.
Mhm.
Before it was syndication on network TV, but now with streaming, they're finding ways to make money off these old shows, and it's brilliant because you know what it is? It's content, and
Yeah,
streaming need content. So you got 7 years of the best storyteller of thrillers.
yeah.
What, like 80? What, each season was 39.
About and that's not counting the Alfred Hitchcock hour. This is just Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
And that many stories with a twist for
Yeah,
that many years. Come on, man.
yeah.
You know, that's writing, and again, showrunner. That is TV. The best of the best is already in the past. The guys nowadays making film cannot compete with the past. Those geniuses are long gone. And I mean, he was one of the absolute. He was a weird dude, but he was one of the absolute best.
He was funny. Yeah, I read his bio a few years ago in a book.
Uh
Is
huh.
the title of the book is only a movie.
Yeah.
And so yeah, guys, so it's available on Peacock. Like I said, it used to be available on Peacock on the free tier, but up until 2 days ago, I found out it's not anymore. I mean, it's there, but if you don't pay for Peacock, then you cannot watch them. Or you guys can do this is what I did, guys. I bought the DVDs,
Yeah.
all of the seasons. You can find them new. This one is used. I bought it used. I think I was able to find 1 or 2 seasons brand new. The rest of them I got them second handed. But it plays fine. It has no scratches. So if
Nice.
you like classic TV, guys, you gotta check Alfred Hitchcock Presents out, because it's like Plastic says, it's good material, good classic, beautiful classic TV. Mike says Halloween 2023. My cinema did a surprise screening, and it was Psycho 2. That's why I seen it. Okay, all
Oh,
right. Yeah,
that's for Halloween time, man. Like I said, it's a sequel that don't get talked about enough, but it's like he said, it's great in all capital.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to check it out. So I'm gonna read, guys, very quick, just a brief synopsis. If you haven't seen it, uh, we're gonna talk about. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the show. I mean, the show, like I said, has been out since 1955. So I think it's fine if we talk openly because it's been out so many years.
Yeah.
So this is episode number 8 of the first season, guys, and it was originally broadcast on November 20th, 1955.
Wow.
That's when this episode came out. So here's a little summary. So the title of the episode 8 is Our Cook's Treasure. All right. So this is what it's about. A successful real estate agent hires a cook, only to learn the police are searching for a woman posing as a cook who's responsible for the death of 3 people. He suspects his new help is the culprit after discovering his cocoa has been laced with a fatal dose of arsenic. So that's pretty much what the episode 8 is about. Our cook's treasure. Uh, at the end of the this is our first episode, right? So Blacktastic, at the end of when we finish talking about our 3 episodes, I'm gonna ask you which one of the 3 was or is your favorite, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so this episode talks about, I think, was Mr. Montgomery. He's a successful uh,
Real estate.
real estate agent. Yeah, and he was this is, you know what, I was thinking about this morning how successful he was, and then I was like, oh, you know what, he was successful because he had a way younger wife. Right.
Yep.
Am I wrong? I noticed that. I'm like, because he was, what would you say, Black Tasty, like 20 years younger, or at
Oh,
least,
yeah.
at
There was
least,
probably 15 to 20 years because they didn't look like husband and wife. You
yeah,
know, you
yeah,
can. It was clear to the eye, like she's in it for the money, but who knows? It
yeah.
could have been love. Who knows?
Yeah. So this guy, so yeah, he's an successful real estate agent, and he has his own company. Seems like, right, and so he's married to this pretty pretty woman, pretty wife. She's like I said, she's like way younger than him.
Mm-hmm.
I found that the secretary more attractive than the wife, but that's just me. What do you think?
Well, you like blondes.
Wasn't
I,
both?
I like brunettes. So yeah, they're a tie. But the reason why I like the secretary better as well, I
Mhm.
love her personality and the way she would sit on the table a little bit. You can see her body a little bit more. So yeah, of course I like her better. But she was hot.
Yeah. She was pretty too. And so yeah, so he's married to this woman, and then like I said, they just hire someone. They hire a helper.
Hmm?
What would they call, a servant or a maid? Or
Uh, I like a maid. Yeah, I like a maid. She cooked,
yeah.
cleaned everything.
And it happens that right around that time there is a a woman who is known as Mrs. Andrews, and she is poisoning people. She's poisoning women, right? I
Women,
believe. Yeah,
women.
women. Yeah, she's poisoning women, and then like everything indicates that, I think Mrs. Sutton. I think that's the name of the maid, Mrs. Sutton.
Yes.
That she's the guilty one, or maybe she's not. So what do you think overall about the episode? Like, it is fine if we discuss, because we're going to discuss it openly.
This is one of the episodes that's pretty easy to figure out. You kind of see it coming. The twist
Hmm.
is like staring you in the face, but it's well directed and best of all is well acted. It's
Yeah,
believable because the husband, is acting his butt off. He loves Coco, and each time he gets sick. He's
yeah,
missing work, and his wife saying, "Well, get better," but you assume the lady that they hired is making a cocoa
Yeah.
in the kitchen. So he reads the paper, he's getting sick, and he looks at something, he goes, something's off here. So he takes all the cocoa, pours it in a jar, and takes it to a science lab to have it, dissected and to see what's going on. And come to find out, an hour or two later, there's
Yeah.
inside of it, but it's not enough to kill him. But a dose every day for about a week can be. There's the plot.
Yeah.
They hired this new lady. All of a sudden, she's making cocoa. I'm getting sick. I'm reading the paper. Somebody's killing women, but now she's trying to kill me. So, there's your plot.
Yeah, and yeah, and like you said, it is well acted. Like I believe the whole thing. Like when he was feeling sick, when he's at work, dictating, to the secretary, this letter or whatever, and then he starts like, oh no no, you just indigestion or whatever.
Right.
I mean, I don't know the name of the guy. Well, his name is right here on this Everett Sloan.
Okay.
All these people are like long gone by now. Like,
yeah, they were old men and 55. So yeah.
So I mean, I'm not familiar with all of their work, but it seems like he was a good actor for what I've seen. Because I know like some of these actors, they come back for future episodes.
Right.
You're gonna see them. Some of them going back. Same thing with the directors.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, at the beginning, like how the wife, she acts all loving, and it seems like she's involved in a drama, in a play or something. She has a coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm assuming is a younger guy. I mean, I'm thinking, but it was like how how it happened that he found the arsenic. Like he's like just like, oh no, I'm feeling sick. I'm not gonna go to work today. I'm just gonna be down in the basement in the shop, just fixing things, doing man things. And it happened that he finds this jar of arsenic. It says poison, and it was open. And I like how he doesn't says anything, but he's thinking like, did I buy this thing? Or it seems like he doesn't remember buying it or whatever, right? That's what he says to her, something like that.
Only time you buy arson is to kill rats, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. That's the only thing I know.
And he never mentioned he had rats, so it makes sense. Why would you have something? And it was a large jar too.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, this is like, but it's funny how, well, back then, it's in the mid 50s. Obviously, there's only radio, there's only newspaper. And it's funny how they include a picture of Mrs. Andrews, which is like the killer. But in the picture, they don't show the picture, but she's a younger. The picture of her is when she was young or younger. And it's funny how they pointed out in the episode that she was that picture at least was like 15 years younger or so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when I was watching it, I was like, oh, the secretary, she's the one who figured it out. She's like, yeah, nobody wears that kind of hat or whatever. It was a hat or a dress, like the style.
Yeah.
She pointed out, she's like, nobody wears that anymore. That's like a out of season, so to speak.
Yeah.
Fashion. And I just found it interesting that they gave something to the secretary. They wrote her role and to say something meaningful or something that was gonna help in the story, like giving that clue.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, that's a neat, like, because sometimes, well, you're a writer, how sometimes there are characters who, if you take out that character out of the story, nothing happens because it's not like an essential or important. And
right.
she had a little, other than eye candy, she had a little, she had a little, role to play there, saying that little tip, like, yeah, no, this is not her. I mean, this is her, but this is a younger version of the lady.
Because back then, women weren't written as the smartest people on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Stay home, cook, clean. I go out and make the money. So when you see people, especially secretaries, because they don't call them secretaries no more now, they got different names and titles. But back then, secretaries all they did was type, take notes, and that was your job, and go get me some coffee. But they gave her some bravado. She was smart. She had detective smart. She could say, "This is an old paper." I could look. That's about 15 years old. She figured it out, and I'm like, that's Alfred Hitchcock for you, man. To bring in writers to give women something to do other than just eye candy and playing a housewife. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, yeah, and also what I thought was interesting how like for Mrs. Sutton, like the cook,
Yeah,
because you may remember there is one night when Mr. Montgomery he gets home late at night and his wife comes also late and she's like, may I watch a late show or something? He's like, yeah, yeah, you can watch it. And then they start talking and she's like, hey, I don't like Mrs. Sutton. Like he starts suspecting about the cook, but
yeah.
but they don't know that she's in the kitchen listening, which at that time make us think that she's actually the guilty
Guilty
person.
party.
Because
Yeah.
she's a little, 'cause she says nothing. Like you just see her in the dark, a little creepy.
Yeah, I mean, ominous how they
Yeah.
gave her backdrop of the story. So you just assume, oh, yes, she's definitely the killer. And one thing we forgot to talk about, the wife is also getting sick, remember? And so, remember, he kept asking, honey, are you okay? I don't feel well. I'm having insomnia. Bring me some hot cocoa. And he figured out the hot cocoa is poison. My wife's drinking the hot
Oh,
cocoa. Well, and this lady supposedly is killing nothing but females. So the plot really thicks because as he's getting better and healing, now he's concerned for his wife being
mhm.
in and left at home every day with this killer. I
Yeah.
thought I thought that was well written.
No, it definitely was. I think it was. I think it was well written, and the execution I thought was well done.
Yeah.
It's funny how like maybe you noticed this too. How at the very end, the very last shot is when the wife has he's like, oh, here, honey, have some cocoa, and she has like the cup and puts it like really, really, really close on the screen, like, and all you see on the screen is like the big cup right here,
Yeah.
and I I was like, oh, that's I don't know, like, because you know how it wasn't directed. This one wasn't directed by Hitchcock, but anyway, he obviously has to do with it, but. How he was very visual, he would show things, and how he would do like it's like a zoom in of the cup, like here you go, take a little bit of poison, so to
Yeah.
speak.
It was the POV shot before the POV was even invented. Hitchcock put you in the shoes of the protagonist and his film. So when you do something like that, it makes you as a viewer go, oh shoot, it puts you in the film. So, spoiler alert, his
Yeah,
wife that's trying to poison him and kill him. For one, she's too young, she's doing it for the money, and when she's going out to these things, she's seeing another guy.
yeah,
And
yeah,
she knew it because they would ask her to lie for her to go out all the time. And so it was sad, but the wife had this devilish grin. Oh, honey, you don't feel well here. Have some cocoa. You realize his own wife is the one poisoning his ass, trying to get rid of him.
yeah,
And he
yeah,
fought for a lady and asked her to come back. And she finally opened up about everything. Like I said, out of the 3 episodes, that was the easiest one to figure out, but it
mhm,
was still bone chilling. Like, man, I do not want no hot cocoa right now, unless I make it. Trust me.
yeah, and just yeah, and just imagine like thinking that somebody's trying to poison you like in your own house, like how would you feel, like can't eat anything here, I don't trust, and
Right. No?
and it happened. And there's a lot to suspect about this lady because she's been working there for a month, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's new.
But the thing is, they finally caught the killer. And when he caught her, he just fired the lady. He said, wait a minute. If they caught the killer way over there across town, then obviously she's not the killer. So he felt bad. Said, look, here's your pay. I want you to stay. And she told him right then and there, sir, I don't want to work here no more because how things are and blah, blah, blah. And she kind of told him what was going on. He had a dumbfounded look on his face. That's when the wife came in looking glamorous because they knew how to light women back then, the soft black and white light. And you're sleeping with the enemy. That's the whole
Yeah,
point of the story, man. It was bone chilling. I was like, damn, shit, cold stuff, man. Your own woman
yeah.
trying to out.
And like you said, it is the twist is simple, but I thought was well done for
Well,
something later like that. It was well done.
well executed. Like I said, the acting was very believable because the help, she was so mysterious. You thought something was up, you know?
Mhm.
And they never showed the wife hardly at all. So she's upstairs or supposedly she left, but she didn't feel well, so she stayed home. But all that time, she was making that lady lie for her while she was going out sneaking around with the other guy, man.
Yeah,
Infidelity, buddy.
yeah. Oh, Dr. Pepper, dude, I love Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I got Dr. Pepper, zero sugar to zero, trying to stay healthy. But the taste, delicious.
Already, I haven't tried that zero one. Nice, nice.
Yeah, as you get older, man, you got to take care of your body, all that sugar and stuff. But
Oh no, yeah, definitely, yeah.
still delicious.
That's a native of Texas, isn't it? Dr. Pepper, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
0 calories per bottle, brother.
sweet, nice. No, I do like Dr. Pepper. So yeah, guys. So this was the episode number 8 of the first season of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Is our cook's treasure.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, these episodes they run quick because they're like 23 to 25 minutes long. So difficult, like we were talking, right? Difficult to write something good, and difficult to execute it well when it's something that short. Because
Yeah.
what we said, 7 minutes, 8 minutes long each act or something like that.
I'll say each act is about 7.5 minutes long.
Something
The
like that. Yeah.
series, and it's on point, man. You have your intro, your plot, the second act. I think see how they broke up acts on TV is with commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Commercials, the second act, after the third act come up, you had another commercial that breaks up the 3 acts. That's how they did it on TV.
TV. Yeah. So yeah, this is a good episode. If you guys haven't seen it, it's worth your time.
And
Um,
took your time to see how pretty that secretary is that we're talking about.
Say it one more time.
I said it's very good to just watch the episode to see how pretty that secretary is.
Oh, true,
Yeah,
true. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, check out the secretary.
yeah.
That's a good episode. Where's the other one that I was thinking about? About that episode.
About the same one.
Yeah, the same episode. Well, there's another character, just that the guy that was that show in the newspaper. Um, I guess it was a friend of him. Oh, there is a quote that it kind of got in my mind. I thought was a little not funny, but I was like, what? The first time, at the beginning when Mr. Montgomery, he wakes up at the opening scene. He wakes up and he says, "Good morning, Mrs. Sutton," or whatever, and he's about to get breakfast, and then she has like the newspaper, and she gives the newspaper to him all like folded, and then he says something like, I was like, oh, and he says something like, when women are going to understand that men likes the newspaper in a virginal state or something like that. Do you remember that phrase?
Yeah, it was very
Something
male
like,
chauvinistic.
huh?
It was very male chauvinistic statement.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, cool. Let me rewind it.
That was TV back then. That's how men talk to women, man. That's just the way it was. Do that
Yeah,
now. Look,
and that's one of the things that I liked about watching shows from back then, because times were different.
Yeah. Nowadays, women do yoga and stuff. They whoop your ass. They do Pilates. What you say?
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't.
right, chop. Yeah. Well, it was kind of funny, like the way he says it, like, yeah, he said like, when women are going to understand that men likes their newspaper in a virginal state,
Mhm.
like don't unfold it, give them brand new, don't open it or whatever. Anyway, I thought it was something like it caught my attention for some reason, that quote.
Yeah. It was it's quotable. Those old times back then. It's funny, But hey, times have changed. Thank God.
So yeah, guys. So that was the episode number 8. And
Episode.
episode number 8, and like I was saying, this all of these episodes are a one story, a self-contained story. All of them last about the same amount of time. So when it's only 2 of us right now, so if there were more of us, we could discuss a little more opinions. But today it's only 2 of us, so we're gonna move to the next episode.
All right.
Which is episode number 9,
The long shot.
The long shot. And this one, so this one was broadcasted a week later than our Cook's treasure. So this one is, it's titled, like Blacktastic said, The Long Shot. So this one came out November 27th, 1955, just a week later. And I'm gonna tell you guys what The Long Shot is about, which is what this one was also entertaining. Let me tell you.
Very, very entertaining.
Yeah, this one, it says a compulsive gambler, Peter Lawford. That's his real name. I'm not familiar with his work. So a compulsive gambler finds himself in serious debt. Forced to flee New York, he answers an ad from a fellow Brit looking for a traveling companion to San Francisco. On the way, the gambler decides to change identities with his fellow traveler, with bad consequences. So when I read that, I was like, oh, they give you like a little clue what the episode is about, like a little brief synopsis without telling you much.
Right.
And that one, I'm like, with bad consequences, like they're gonna be changing identities or something. What do you think about this episode, Blacktastic?
This episode is a twist I didn't see coming.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see coming. And when a guy has a gambling problem and he owes people money, he's a dirty scoundrel. You can't trust him. Can't trust him as far as you can throw him. So already you knew he was up to no good. And this guy who was looking for a lift to San Francisco was about to inherit some money. He had an inheritance coming. And that's why you never talk about your business out loud, man, because people sit and look at you like, okay.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill me if I don't pay him. But if I kill him and get his money, I can pay off my debt and be free to gamble once again. So he had evil intentions to begin with. And they go on this what do you call joyride across the United States from New York to San Francisco, and a lot happens, and you learn more about each character. I like movies like this when you're in a condensed car, going from place to place, staying overnight in a hotel. You learn more and more and more, and you start feeling sorry for the guy that's being taken advantage of. And twist in this one, like I said, I didn't see it coming. There's a twist so big, I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's far-fetched and kind of unbelievable, but the way they explained it and the way it played out, absolutely brilliant, man. I had fun with it.
Yeah, it was a fun. You know what? It caught my attention right away at the beginning. How the episode starts with the gambler like narrating, right? Like he's narrating the story. Like,
right.
I was like, oh wait. And when I noticed that, because I watched it twice, and I was like, oh wait, he's narrating. So there's maybe that means, is he dead or is he survived or what was the deal? But
right.
and then did you notice how, well, yeah, so this guy, he owns money. I forgot the amount of money.
I forgot.
24, like 2000, like in the 2000s. But obviously that was a lot of money back then.
Yeah, it was. Like I can't remember the money amount.
I remember 200,000 was the inheritance. I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that because that was a lot of
yeah. 200,000. That's right.
$200,000 in 1955. I don't know how much that will be right now.
Oh yeah,
That's a lot, right?
Also inflation. probably more to close to like $250,000, probably, you know.
something like that. Yeah. Even though right now it's 200,000, that will help me a lot.
I take it.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Anyway, so yeah, so this guy, he owns money, and he has to get out of town. You know, he has to leave New York because the guy, he owns money too. Wants his money back, or something may happen.
Right.
Did you notice how when he reads the newspaper and he says there's an ad, you know, like, I'm looking for a companion, somebody from London, uh, to join me on a ride, and I'm gonna pay you, you know, whatever. When he calls, did you catch it? He starts talking with a British accent. That was good, huh? That was good.
This episode was clever
Yeah.
and extremely funny. Maybe when it shouldn't have been funny, but I gotta jump ahead now, man. The thing that made me laugh out loud.
Uh-huh.
Told him, "Hey, man, we need to stop, and nothing's open. We're gonna run out of gas. Let's stop here and sleep for the night." For him, this guy to sleep outside was pretty damn funny. And this
Yeah,
guy slept right behind the car.
yeah. Which I don't know why he decided to sleep outside, because he's like, you're sleeping here, and you can sleep in the car, and I'll sleep outside. And
Yeah.
next time you know, like, both are outside. The other guy is right next by the tire, right? Uh,
Which gave me the biggest laugh because, okay, spoiler alert,
yeah,
I'm gonna kill this guy and act like him, impersonate him, and collect the inheritance. He had all the paperwork, the signatures, and everything, so he knew what to do.
yeah,
The kills this guy is the funniest thing I've ever seen. He hops in the car. The guy's waking up. Oh yeah, let's go get a nice warm bed and some food. He's running off his menu of what he wanted for breakfast. The guy runs him over. But he goes, "Krr," and the way he screams, "Ah!"
he goes back, and then he goes forward too.
The car's like this.
Mhm.
But the way the guy yells, man, I watched that like 5 times in a row. It is absolutely hilarious. I'm like, that was brutal. He just ran him over in cold blood. And then he goes to go collect an inheritance. And boom, surprise. The plot gets even thicker. And I didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what? It wasn't until my second watch, because this is what I find some of these episodes so well done, that they might be 25 minutes long, and you need to watch it more than once. You know, because not only because they're good, but because you're like, oh, I missed something. You know, like, I missed a few things on my first watch, and then when I watch it again, like, for instance, the British guy, when they're driving, you know, he's asking a lot of questions about London, and I'm like, why is he talking about London? Isn't he from London? But he's trying to get information because he's not from London.
No. And little nuances like
Mhm.
that walk with a limp. So when he took on his personality, he started walking with a limp. You know, just little small things. The attention to details in these old shows,
Mhm.
second to none, man. Great cinema on the small screen, let me tell you.
Because they start talking about this man and a daughter, and I think the man died and he didn't know,
Yep.
because he's not the real Mr. Hushkin, or what, I forgot his last name. So bottom line, there were two impersonators trying to, with the same idea.
Same idea, same exact plot, and they both got killed. And so this guy is confessing to a police officer he didn't even know. They
Yeah.
finally caught that, well, you're not responsible for that guy's death because he's already dead. He goes, what? Yeah, somebody killed him, and you killed the guy impersonating the guy that was impersonating the guy that got killed. Like, you
He's
know,
like, "Oh."
like a gambler, hey, it's a long shot. It's just my luck. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was it was twisted, kind of far fetched, but it was a great episode. And the guy getting ran over by the car was epic.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny too because at the end you remember. I think the last thing we see this guy is like when he realizes how he pretty much confessed
Yep.
a
Every
crime that they were not that nobody knew about.
Yeah, he said, "Wait a minute."
How do you find
He
that
goes, "No, this man was shot. We found him at the bottom of the river."
in New York, not in that Nevada desert? You know.
Exactly. York.
And then at the end, he's like, he starts laughing, and that's how the episode ends when he's laughing because he's like, "This is how." This
How
is,
could that only me? Yeah.
so she's gonna go to prison. I mean, he killed somebody. He killed a guilty man, but he killed someone. So
Yeah, he confessed to killing somebody, and they found that body.
that was a good episode, dude. It was
That
a funny
was
episode.
real good.
Yeah. So that was the long shot.
Long Shot, episode 9, season 1.
Yeah.
Very good.
And we got one more, which is episode 10 out of 39. And this one, actually, I was telling Blacktastic before we were live. This one was directed. This one was directed by Alfred Hitchcock.
Yep, you can tell.
So out of 10 episodes so far, he directed the very first episode, the pilot. He directed
Yep.
that one. He directed episode 7, which is the one Blacktastic and I did last time. But we didn't do it. We didn't do it live. We did it. We recorded. That was Breakdown, which that was a great episode, dude. That was maybe I think it's my favorite episode so far out of the 10. Even though the first one is really good too. But episode 7 was really good about the breakdown. But the guy with who's paralyzed, remember?
Yeah, that was a great episode, man.
That's a great episode, and that was directed by Hitchcock. So okay, so Hitchcock directed episode 1, episode 7, and episode 10 so far. I think he's gonna direct some more later, but so far those 3. So this one is titled Mr. Um,
Is it Pelham?
Mr. Pelham, the case of Mr. Pelham. Okay, so again, this came out a week later, so that came out December 4th, 1955, and the case of Mr. Pelham. This is what the case or what the episode is about. Albert Pelham, played by Tom Ewell, discovers that someone has been impersonating him. Fearing his life is being taken away from him, Pelham confronts his double, only to begin doubting his own sanity in this Emmy Award nominated episode.
Yep.
So yeah, I looked it up, and yeah, it is true that episode was nominated for an Emmy that year. And this episode is a little complex, right? We were discussing that off camera. This one I also had to watch it more than once, because it might be 23 minutes long, 25 minutes long, but this one is rewatchable because it's not as simple as you may think.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. This is the classic case. Am I going crazy, or is everybody in on the joke? And you don't know what to think.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a twin? Is there a body double? Is there a doppelganger? Or is everybody playing a mean joke on me? I mean, this episode was good, but like I said, classic actors or actresses can only pull this off. There was no special effects. There was no CG. It was a camera. Everything was done in camera, and acting was superb. And the guy that played this role, he fooled me. He was so good, you know. And everybody was rich back there. Everybody had a butler or had a maid. Yeah. And I thought the butler was great in this. The doctor he was talking to, all the secretaries at his job. I mean, this episode was fantastic, man. I didn't know what was going on to the very end. Even though I lived long enough to try to figure things out and I seen stuff, I don't imagine watching this way back then, trying to figure it out. This was great, man. I love this episode.
Yeah, this episode was complex. So yeah, stuff that I like about it. Yeah, that conversation that he had with the psychiatrist. Was a psychiatrist, right? The doctor.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah. And but it gets a little complex because uh, I gotta say to anybody who might be watching this, if you want an episode with a straightforward solution, is not in this episode, okay? And that's one of the questions, right, Black Class? Because I don't know. So I guess that doppelganger, it was just something supernatural, because it
Yeah,
wasn't in his head. It wasn't in his head because everybody else saw him.
that's the weird thing. But when he was talking to the psychiatrist, he said something that really got my mind. So I remember in detail going to the movie theater and watching the movie, but at the same time, I'm at home having dinner that my butler prepared for me. If this guy is truly trying to take over my life, and the doctor was looking at it, and the doctor got nervous, he started doing his hands like this. That's the beginning, I think, stages of going insane, being in two places at once. The duality of being like the Joker. You're two people in one. And it's so vivid and clear in your mind that I was there and you really wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And the way this was directed and the way it left off with a cliffhanger, Alfred Hitchcock is the master of making you think after the episode, is it this? Because there's no right or wrong answer for this one. It's not.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no clear-cut answer to what happened. So you see why I was nominated for an Emmy, because to this very day, I'm not sure what it is. I'm thinking it's the beginning of insanity, and I don't know, man, because
Yeah.
the butler said, no, you came in through the door. You used your key. You ate dinner. Look, I even let the dishes out. The bed has been used.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you only see him doing his thing after the other guy did it, supposedly.
Yeah.
So it might be a case of split personality or something like that's what I'm thinking it was back then.
It's not. There's no right or wrong answer,
Oh,
because remember how he changed the door lock, and he only had one key, and even with a new key, with a new door lock, the other guy was able to get in,
yep,
because he because he's funny how the original Mr. Pelham, he was telling the butler, and so did you let him in? And he's like, no, sir. He came, he opened the door, and because he was holding the key,
yep.
there was only one key. That was the new key for the new lock. So we don't know how the impostor, first of all, where he came from. And that's a question that Mr. Pelham, at the end, he's like, why is this happening to me? Why me?
Yes.
But there's not like because he's like, are you real, or are you? He doesn't say the word supernatural, but he says something. What's the word he says when he asks him? He's like, are you? I should have written down the word, but it's something like, are you real, or where are you from? The type of thing, like, because he doesn't know where, and we
No,
don't know, like it's like a twin. He has the same memories too. Like he's taking his life.
he's taken over his life as he knows it. He's waiting patiently, and each day more and more. And even when he sat down to read what he wrote, it was his writing. It was his
Oh
dictate.
yeah, signature.
It was the way he wrote. I mean, so my only thing was it's a split personality, or he's slowly going insane, or your inner ear or your inner voice might be taking over your body. That's the only I can think of.
Yeah,
Taking over because he didn't, he had a boring life. He worked, went home, had a butler to talk to. So easily in between those stages, somebody inside you wants to come out. It's kind of like being possessed. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And obviously, the other person who's trying to take over his body is a lot stronger than who he is. A lot stronger.
yeah. It's something that Hitchcock said at the very beginning, during how before each episode he says something funny or something like clever. He says something. He says something about in this episode there's gonna be no violence and no death or something. So I apologize. That's what he said. And 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 that's right, because in this episode nobody dies. This episode is so mental. It's all like it's not like the previous two when somebody's trying to kill, with the poison, or the previous episode when the guy kills the imposter with the car, run over him twice. This one, nobody dies. Nobody's trying to kill him. It's all mental. It's all like trying to
Oh yeah.
connect.
To this very day, this show came out in 1955, and I don't have a concrete answer
Mm-hmm.
for the episode. It's that good. I mean, you have to watch it for yourself and see if you can figure it out. But I truly, to this very day, can't figure it out. I'm assuming what I assume, but it might not be the case. I mean, I can't ask Alfred now because his ass is gone. So, and he probably wouldn't tell you anyway. So that's the sign of a great director. To this very day, we talk about something from years ago,
Yeah.
and I cannot figure out the absolute answer to the question. I can't.
And it seems like the real Mr. Pelham, he was changing as the doppelganger was taking over, because he was changing, and that's how he got tricked, because when he decides to wear a different tie, like one of a kind,
Yeah.
and it seems like a good idea, but then when at the end, when both of them are in front of the butler, the butler, and he's like, and the fake is like, would I wear one of those ties? He's like, no, Mr. Pelham. Yeah, he's the fake one. So he didn't. So he was changing. I don't know, like everything the other guy was doing was changing the real Mr. Pelham, and
Was
nobody was gonna believe him, because he was actually acting different, right? Like,
hmm?
I don't know. This is a good episode. like
I'm
like
sure.
like trying to dissect, every, like all these different instances, how his life was being change, and Mr. Pelham wasn't even realizing it. Like he wasn't hanging out anymore where he used to hang out. He was dressing a little different, kind of with the tie, like something that wasn't his style.
Yeah.
And even that the other ties, they were identical, even on the inside. Remember all these things, like that's. I mean, so if you guys are looking for those kind of answers, like what really happened, I don't think nobody knows. I guess that's the beauty of the episode.
Yeah. It's something that if you watch it several times, you'll find something different each time. And you might change your original answer to a different one. It's that good. It's that good.
Yeah, on the writing, yeah. I only watched it twice, but I think if I watch it again and if I take a couple of notes, maybe I'm sure I'll find out something else, like even something little, because there's a lot of, like, on the talking, there is a lot of clues that you can uh,
Yeah. You got
find.
the dialogue in this one. You got to pay close attention. You can't take your eye off of it for a minute because you'll lose something. You'll miss something. And I think I missed something. So still figure it out. But I remember it was my favorite.
Oh, which I was gonna ask you. Yeah, which is your favorite of the three?
My favorite of the three. I thought this was great. And I like this. I like part 8, this second best, because it had women in there as part of the plot. You know,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
the second one made part 9 made me laugh the most.
The
And
long
the
shot, yeah.
guy that played the gambler, he was a very good leading man. He was handsome, very debonair. He was likable, even though he was a scumbag, but he was very likable.
Hmm.
But 10 is my favorite. Then I think I like part 8. Then I think I like part 9 in that order.
Okay, 10, 9, and 8.
10, 8, 9.
Oh, 10, 8, 9. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, 10, 8, 9. Yeah. Yeah, I would say, I don't think there's a plot twist on the case of Mr. Pelham, right?
No,
No,
I
there is the other two. There's a twist.
think, I'm not sure. It's either this or it's that, and I go like this each time. I don't know which one. I don't know which way to go.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, yeah, you guys gotta check out these episodes, and if you do, and you wanna join us down in the comments, because I mean, like, especially episode 9, like we were saying, there's no good or right or wrong answer. about what really happened, or where
Right.
where the doppelganger came from. It just happens like he came out of nowhere, and
Figment of your imagination, right?
yeah, and then but then somebody everybody else sees him, which is weird. So that's why it was, but that's why it's a good episode, because we are talking about it and we don't know. So like we were saying, if you're looking for a supernatural answer or a straightforward answer, is straightforward. This is what really happened to Mr. Pelham. It's not, it's not given here. I don't think we didn't find anything. So oh yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up. Blacktastic, don't leave right away. Okay, I gotta just, but yeah, guys. So yeah, we did 3 episodes of the first season of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Again, they're available on Peacock, or like I was telling you at the beginning, you can buy the uh, physical media, new or used, like I did, and then you can watch the entire 39 episodes of the first season. Um, so I'm gonna continue talking about upcoming episodes. Uh, I'm liking it doing it live instead of just recording our thoughts. Even when I have like Blacktastic, he was with me on episode 7. I think it's more fun, like just talking live and
Yeah.
just discussing. And so and also it's good, like I was telling him, doing it live, because we can do maybe 3 or maybe 4 episodes. Like each episode is only 25 minutes, so we can talk and move faster, because
Oh, yeah.
there's 39 episodes. So today we did 3 episodes, 8, 9, and 10. So that's about, if you watch them all, that's like like 90 minutes. Yeah, it's like a movie, like a 90-minute movie.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
It's doable.
very doable, man. And they're so good, you can't wait to the next one. You find yourself watching 3 or 4 in a row. It's that good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So so eventually I want to do another live, and I'm going to invite Blacktastic if he's available. Well, Blacktastic, if Blacktastic is available, he'll be here. That's
Absolutely.
that's
I
the
love
way that's the way it is. Yeah, he's a big fan of Hitchcock and classic TV. So yeah, guys, so check out these episodes. If you have pick up, watch them from episode 1. That's a very good one too. So right now we have discussed 1 to 10, and in this live stream we did episodes 8, 9, and 10. So again, Blacktastic, thank you for being here. And you guys, down below in the video description, I'm gonna put Blacktastic's a link to his channel. Make sure that you subscribe and watch his movies. He's a writer, he's a director, and be on the lookout, no pun intended, for the lookout coming out May. Yeah, summer. Yeah, summer.
yeah.
May,
May,
June, right?
right before summer hits, it's like the pre-summer. So May
Pre-summer.
drops on YouTube, and be ready to go for a ride, man.
Yeah, a heist movie, the lookout. So you guys stay tuned for that. All right, fantastic. Thank you for joining me, and looking forward to do more episodes with you. And thank you guys for watching, and we're gonna be seeing you very soon. Thank you guys. Bye bye.
Here.